Hello and welcome to another Aggies Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a beer that I can't believe I've not reviewed before. Becks, 4.8% offering, classed as a premium lager, whereas your likes of Foster's, Carling, Carlsberg are classed as more standard lager, shall we say. Yeah, so let's dive in. Obviously, we are in the middle of something none of us have seen, witnessed. Not many of us were around in 2019-18. I don't think hardly anybody on the earth was at this moment. Unless you live on some island where nobody knows how old you are and you're 150 years old. So yeah, unprecedented times. And very scary times for a lot of people. Especially people who are old and underlying health reasons. Not so much for children, so that's one good thing, thank God. But obviously the children still need the mums and dads and grandparents, so yeah, scary. So, straw to golden colour in pour. Obviously massive carbonation and lacing. Look at that. That's bubbling away in your belly when you drink it. Oof. Big white head on there. On the nose, light malts. And a smell of hay. Why the bloody hell does lager smell of hay? And you read lager reviews on the internet and they come out with stuff like grass, skunk, and you think, what the hell's skunk? The main thing is, it tastes good. It's refreshing. Does what it says, does what you want it to do. And obviously now, today, shops up and down the country that are already suffering to get their stock on the shelf, supermarkets that is, not so much corner shops that sadly, some, not all, are ripping people off, but shops all up and down the country are struggling under the sheer mass of people buying. I mean, we have never seen anything like this. I've worked in retail for 5 years and I've seen it at its busiest. And we're busy so much that we're struggling to get the stock on the shop floor. This is beyond busy. Supermarkets now shutting down counters and putting pallets directly on the shop floor, not even messing about anymore, just putting pallets on the shop floor like it's America in front of the counters. That's what they've done in my local Arnold shop. And this is happening everywhere, not just in England, USA, everywhere. But are the government overreacting? I suppose if you don't get ill and you don't die from it, or you do get ill and it's a bit of a cold and you get it and your family gets it and you live through it, and then you think, bloody hell, that's an overreaction. But if you're somebody who's lost family members, your wife, your mum, your dad, you know, then it becomes a very real scary issue. But anyway, back to the lager. So today, talking to people, obviously everyone's talking about it, and you can't escape it. And but it's funny, but we were stood outside Iceland waiting to go in, and everybody's chatting away. And I tell you what, the togetherness is special. And we were at the tills in Iceland, and you know, if I see somebody with 2 items, I'll let them through. So we let one woman through, and then there was a bloke with a few items in the basket, and we had a trolley full, so yeah, we let him through. Then another bloke through, and yeah, they all said thank you and that. But what one bloke did, not in our line, but in the next line, put his money in his mouth. Why the hell? In the middle of all this, where they're telling you, you know, to be as cleanly as you can. Poor boggers on the tills, they can't get away from it. Shop workers can't get away from it. Idiots coming in, blazing at them. You think to yourself, grow up. Go and find another supermarket if you can't find it there. Everyone else has to. And yeah, he put his hand in his mouth, and you could see the woman. She's like, "Oh no, I need some sanitizer." And my wife, funnily enough, she had sanitizer on, and she says, "Here, have some of that." And she says, "Oh, thank you very much." You know, little things mean a lot. So anyway, this £2 a bottle, if you can get any. I've had this a while, mind you. Never reviewed it, so I wanted to get the review, get the cred. Speaking of creds, not getting no bloody creds this year, the way it's going. So buying it, I love doing beer reviews, but I also love theme parks. And I am regretting, beyond regret, that I didn't go up to Blackpool for the start of the season, because now they're all shut. We're all stuck at home, and we're all sharing stuff on Facebook, and you think, oh, for God's sake, stop sharing these things. You're depressing everyone. We need a bit of comedy. I've a good mind to do another prune juice review just for the crack. Although my stomach can't take it. I've got to say, sometimes you forget how nice some of these lagers are. Yes, a lot of real ale fans not interested in lagers, but there's a time and a place for all of it. And today, I've been out shopping this morning, and then been to the old bloke's done his garden, and I had to ring him up 3 times just to make sure that he did, if I was okay to go round, because I do not want to be putting somebody else's health in question. And when I told him, I says to him, I don't think he listens to the news, because I says to him, all the restaurants are shut, and he says, bloody hell, that's me stuff then, I can't get he goes out every single night to get his food from a restaurant, so he's going to have to adapt. Luckily he's got plenty of money, so he ain't got to go to work or out like that, and he's retired. But the only other thing to do is get delivery to you, you know, losing these Deliveroos or whatever. And it's a change that's got to happen for a bit. And then come home and put the cover on the gazebo. We keep saying we're going to get a new gazebo, and I have to sew up. You know, you've got a gazebo. We've got one from IKEA where the end you have to pull it over the end. Bloody hell! I don't know what's happened. I think the gazebo's expanded over the years. All the material shrunk, one of the two. But we got it on, and got the rattan set underneath. All we need now is a bit of warm weather. Don't we need some warm weather? Wow! If you're going to get an heat wave, now's the time for it, when everyone's at home, because the heating can go off, which saves on the, you know, that side of things. But not only that, the chance of getting colds drops a lot when you're in warmer temperatures, and obviously that other cold. So good carbonation lacing, quite smooth on the taste really, it's not gassy. There's a nice twang to it, nothing nasty, you know, not a sharp twang. And yeah, you forget how nice some of these are. I mean, obviously it's not I won't call it anywhere near a top 10 beer, but for what it is, it tastes decent. And there'll be a lot of people missing out on these today, you know, because with all the pubs shut. Although you can see why they've done it, because last night family members were driving around, you know, going home or whatever, and the pubs were all rammed. And then you think to yourself, you know, they're trying to stop this, and you're all no social distancing whatsoever. It's like, stuff you. And luckily there's been no in London, there's been no the shutdown's not coming yet. I mean, as abroad, I mean, we really don't want that to happen, because that's draconian measures, that is. What you really need is a massive ramping up of delivery services, so that all the old elderly and all the people who are vulnerable are all totally isolated out of the way. That's what needs to happen. Will it? I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think the delivery companies have got enough people to deliver for them. Right. So yeah, enjoying this. I've just done a video about my juice wine that you can see behind me. I'm doing 3 new brews. I've got 2 brews on the go in the house now. The wife's cake making business is on hold at the moment. They've all been cancelled for obvious reasons. And I mean, we were invited to a wedding today, and they're really good friends of ours, but we couldn't go because, you know, my wife can't risk it. All those people, you know, someone starts coughing there and she gets it. You know, it's just not good. But yeah, so I'm doing an apple juice wine. I'm doing an orange juice wine. I've never done apple before. I've done orange before. Turned out brilliant. And then cherry, but cherry, I was going to do six cartons of cherry. I couldn't get it. So I had 3 cartons of cherry and I thought, oh, I'll get 3 cartons of red grape. And I thought, well, that will give it a little bit more darker. I did start doing juice wines with only 4 cartons and 4 bags of sugar. But I wanted a bit more taste, so I went to 6 bags. And then 6 cartons and 6 bags. But you can do it with 4. And those will be going online, hopefully by the middle of next week. All 3 kits. So busy time at the Rag Brewery. I'm hoping by then to have got rid of the last dregs of grapefruit juice, wine, and prune juice. I might just chuck that. Yeah, I've drank most of it. It was okay. It gets you drunk, but I can't take the other side of things. Yeah, there's only so much time you can spend on a toilet. I don't know how people can drink that stuff. I mean, drinking it as a wine is one thing. Drinking it as a drink, oh dear. And if I have to isolate, well, I should be getting the beer room back up to scratch. There's things you can do to keep you busy, and I think that's people who've got money and who can afford to not do it and self-isolate. Then great, good on you, because you're not adding to the problems. Especially if you can get your food delivered, you're not adding to the problems. So that's great. But obviously, people like myself who haven't got the money, you know, you've got to go to work and put yourself in that risk. But it's that sort of world, isn't it? Not all of us have got the money. If all the rich people in the world shared their money out, then you probably could do that. Something to think about if you're rich. Look after your fellow beings. So, 4.8%. Yeah, not bad at all. Definitely getting the light malt taste to it. I don't find it as gassy as the likes of the 4% lagers. And it's been a while. I mean, I haven't had Becks for years. I mean, I might have had the odd bottle slip to me once or twice, but yeah, not bad at all. And this is a special limited edition one. It says Becks X Nicholas Degani, whoever that is. Never heard of him. Don't know what they're on about. And it's a longer review because that is a massive bottle. I'm only used to drinking, most of these days you drink 330ml, don't you? Anything up to 500ml, so I don't drink many 660s. So it's taking some drinking. Have this, go up the arse, chill out, probably put Harry Potter on and fall asleep like I normally do. So yeah, keeping yourself busy. It keeps the brain going, doesn't it? In these times of interesting times that we're having. Let's hope the world gets a bloody vaccine sorted out so we can just go back to our normal mundane lives. The only good thing that's come out of this apparently is Mother Earth is repairing itself. The air quality in China has never been so good. So despite the fact that lots of people are dying, because all the planes are grounded around the world, cars are obviously off the streets, people aren't driving around as much, and the earth is sorting itself out. And obviously, for a lot of the world now, we're coming into, well, in the UK especially, we're coming into spring, so the leaves start coming back on the trees, and that helps matters, obviously, by improving the air quality. So it's not all doom and gloom, even if it seems it. Will we all be working in supermarkets come the next month? Maybe. Maybe. I think we'll all be paying for this for the rest of our lives, though. The debt from this. But no, I don't think it would just be Britain. I think all the countries in the world will be paying for it. It makes you wonder where they all get the money from. Because if you're putting X amount of billions into the thing, well, you think, well, where are you getting your money from then? I mean, you can just print it off, so maybe that's the way of doing it. It just makes you wonder how it works. Wouldn't it be nice to be someone who actually works there and prints a shitload off and thinks, right, that's it. Yes, we'll have a few thousand then, put to one side for ourselves. It does make you wonder. So, gold in colour. Gold, straw to gold in colour. Whitehead that's still there, even all the way down. Good lacing still, even all the way down. Light malt on the aroma. Light malt on the taste. Very smooth. A little bit of twang when you drink quite a bit. But smooth on the whole. And what it is, it's a nice tasting lager. And it's one for the masses. For craft fans, probably not the cup of tea for craft fans, but for the general population that aren't interested in the craft stuff or just want pure alcohol, then it's good enough for them. Out of 5, I'm going to give it a 3.9 out of 5. Yeah, does what it says on the tin. You know, you don't expect anything more from this, but I do rate it better than some of the slightly lower alcohol brands. I'm not going to slag off because it's not fair. Right, that's me done. Back to work. See you soon. Cheers.